the Michael Jackson biopic is going to be coming out, and I'm gonna keep it real. I think it's a bad idea. How many of these we're gonna get? We've already gotten. Remember when we got the one with Joe Jackson and with Angela Bassett as she was the mother. All right, like I see we're doing another one now, but
Jackson 5.
That was a phenomenal one. That was great. That was great, right? That was really good. And there was another Michael Jackson. There was another Michael Jackson where I think Phil. Oh no, that was Mad TV. There was another Michael. No, that was the same one. But it's like I don't know. I feel like, all right, are we gonna, are we at this point? Who's? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready.
Bro, stop! This is literally the king of pop. Like you are you complaining?
And if I'm not mistaken, it's his nephew. His nephew's playing the role,
and it's a family member. He's keeping the money in the family. Bro. I refuse to discard or even act as though I'm not excited about a Michael movie. I think it's been a long time coming. My hope is that they do this in taste and don't like fixate on certain allegations and things like that. Now address them, acknowledge them, but don't just be on there making it just a teardown movie. As long as it's done in good taste, because I've seen too many white singers and white artists that have gotten their biopics, and they've been great. Like what you call it? Was it Neil Diamond? Got one.
Yeah, they got
Bruce
a bunch.
Bruce Springsteen has got one.
It wasn't Neil Diamond. It was the Bob Dylan. Oh, maybe they did do a Neil. Maybe they did do a Neil Diamond. I didn't see that.
No, it was probably Bob Dylan. But yeah, because that's the one with no. But I think they do have one that's coming out for Neil Diamond. So I may be on some. But yeah, I love it. I love the idea of it. I again with the fact that it's his nephew playing him, his nephew who looks so much like him. It could be a money grab. I think at this point, Skylar, what are you saying though? Like, all movies are money grabs.
Yeah,
like,
I love it. Now the difference between the statement that Skylar's making, which I happen to agree a little bit with, is sometimes just like we saw Badlands. Yes, it's a money grab, but it's a project that's well thought out. That the first thing you're not thinking is we can do it. It's like, yo, this is what we should do because this shit works. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Michael Jackson, and I think that there is enough actual footage of Michael Jackson. And I think we know enough. I don't know, man.
Wow.
I'm not on the same. I'm not
with that. I'm not with that.
All right. I see Grace is hella. What's up, Grace? Grace is really into the idea. Now, I want to put out the fact that Grace is Michael Jackson's cousin.
Well, look. She's in
there trying to
she would know. She would know. She would know.
Right here.
Yeah, she would know.
Grace Jackson is in here defending the Michael Jackson biopic. Oh, I'm so surprised that another Jackson wants another Jackson movie. Hallelujah. Nah, just play it, Grace. Appreciate you being here. I'm not Anthony. She called me Anthony.
Listen.
Hey, I'll take that as a compliment, though.
I'm gonna say this too. About the biopic aspect of it. If it's done correctly, then this movie could be nominated for all types of awards, because we know that Hollywood, when it comes to in terms of award winners and nominees, that biopics are usually up there in the nominees section of a lot of things. No, I'm serious. It's true. Like they did it with the what was the one with that was just done on Freddie Mercury, that the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah.
With Bohemian Rhapsody
from Mr. Robot.
Yeah, yes. Bohemian Rhapsody was
Freddie Mercury hadn't had a bunch of movies. Like, here's the difference.
Not the point. That's not the point.
Look, here's where I'm a little nervous. This is where I'm nervous. Okay. Let's look at where this movie is going.
Where is it going?
All right. If I'm not mistaken, wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this set to be released in theaters?
I was under that assumption. Why would
From
it
my
not
understanding, this isn't even going to theaters.
Really? Where's that? Where'd you get
Somebody
that?
correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I was under the assumption that this was a stream movie. All right. Now, if it's not,
and the same director, and it says the same director of Bohemian Rhapsody, and
right.
and Antoine Fuqua. Come on, man.
Antoine Fuqua. Okay, yeah, I like him.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, I'm not.
I can't believe I'm hearing you sound this, man.
I'm just not.
I can't. Like, yo,
I'm not gonna
you're like this though. You are like this though, because you did this with Bob Marley. You did this about the Bob Marley movie.
And I did. I saw it, and it was good.
Yeah, and
the Bob Marley joint was good.
It was done. It was done in taste, and I enjoyed it as well. I again, like, Grace has already kind of let us know and illuminated the fact that the entire family was in on this production. Like, it's done in it now comes down to how it's directed. And then you tell me Antoine Fuqua is the director? Come on, man. Like, hold up.
All right.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
If it's made by the family, it will be sugar coated. Ooh, Metatron, the angel, is speaking facts. Well, don't say that in front of Grace.
Hold up, sir, because there you go again. What facts are we talking about? And
I said facts.
No, I know what you said, and I'm saying in terms of sugar coating, when it's that, like, listen, I know I wasn't there, just like we weren't there. None of us were there to know what really went on with the whole situation with the sugar coating would be talking about. But I do know that in the United States, if accusations of an illegal nature are made, then people go through a legal process and determine one's innocence or guilt. That did not happen. These people settled out of court, and I will always say that when you settle out of court and you put money first, then it's very hard for me to believe things when it pertains to your children and protecting your children.
I'm with you. I'm with you on this.
As much as it people may want to still go and roll with that idea that this was that and this was this, nothing was ever from a legal standpoint proven. And so I will stand by Michael Jackson and continue to say he was the king of pop. He was one of the best artists to ever do it. And if that is what the movie is about, which is all factual, by the way, then cool. So I don't think the sugarcoat. Now, I think I said it before. As long as you acknowledge these events, I'm okay with it. You don't have to go and be like, oh, let's delve all, because that's not what the movie's about. It's a celebration of Michael Jackson. So if that's the case, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Well, I think that was what the point was, is that, like, you're not going to get, and I gotta say, let me say this real quick to who was it that said that it'll be sugar coated? Metatron, I agree with you that if the family is holding this, is putting this up, then more than likely they're not going to put a bunch of stuff out there that's going to shine poorly on their legacy or their ability to still capitalize on his catalog and whatever future Jackson projects they'd want to put out, because let's not forget, there's still a lot of Jacksons that are still alive, including one Janet who just did a tour, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not in their best interest for them to have a lot of things on here be kind of shown in a way that could give credence to it being true. However, in defense of these types of movies, I do want to say that in the Bob Marley movie that I watched on the protest, but I did actually end up enjoying, they did delve into some of his.
They alluded to it.
So, yeah, well, they didn't just allude to it. Like there was a scene where he had to have a conversation with Marsha in the back alley when they were in London about him just basically having other kids while they were married. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they didn't shy away from it. And that was done by his family, even though not all of them. I think Ziggy was the most prominent member of the family that was involved with it. But most of this family did sign up. Most of Bob Marley's family did sign off on the movie. And it didn't necessarily just didn't whitewash because listen, we got to stop making it seem like the people that we looked up to across of all of our lives were all angels.
Are perfect.
Right? We got to stop. Yes. We got to stop glorifying folks to make it seem like people were spotless, completely clean and devoid of any type of problems. Like we can sit here and go into Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass. We know the impact of how they gave us the right directions in the Black community, but we also know that they're human beings. All right. So we don't expect them to be perfect. So you can try to give us the slander on them and how they maybe Malcolm X used to make his hair straight and used to chase white women, and Martin Luther King evidently had infidelity issues. And even though they didn't release that stuff and we don't know exactly what it is, I don't expect my heroes to be perfect. So I agree with you. It does probably give me the hint that they would like to keep it light, but they're not going to. Hopefully they take a note from the Marley.
I'm just saying, don't fixate. Just don't fixate on because again, we've watched plenty of biopics on the flip side of that. The Jerry Lee Lewises of the world, the
H.G. Wells,
the Elvises of the world.
Oh my God, like 14-year-old.
Listen, we could go into all of the imperfections of these things. But my thing is if this is because the Jackson 5 movie that you were referring to, or series that you were referring to, that was really great. That was really done very well. That was more encompassed the whole Jackson 5. We haven't really seen you saw the one that was done when he was alive, which was it Moonwalker or
Moonwalker wasn't. That was fiction.
That was not that. That's not the one I'm talking about.
But there was number one.
It's called. Is it Time or It's Lights or It's something?
This is it. That was the name of his last tour.
Yeah, that was the last tour. But it was like kind of a documentary joint that they did. Right. But in terms of a biopic, we don't. You're like we've got on so many. No, we haven't really. So this is the first real one. What? All right, Michael.
All right, let me be careful about that. We haven't gotten so many, but this is definitely not the first or second or third Michael Jackson docu-series or type of documentary that we've gotten. We've gotten multiple, and so I think that's why
we've gotten multiple Jackson series. Every biopic thing that you talk about docu-series, they're all the Jacksons. It's called the Jacksons. They're the Jacksons. This is the first one that is actually about Michael, just Michael, like his rise to fame as Michael Jackson, not as Michael Jackson of the Jackson 5. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like we're getting this adult Michael, dark skin, light skin Michael, nose, new nose, no nose, no. I mean, who knows? Like, old nose, new nose, Michael. Like we're getting it all, man.
I'm gonna fuck your head up for a second. You know who I think look almost. You not while I'm doing fan casting. you know who could have played Michael Jackson toward the end of his career.
Which version? Oh, towards the end. Towards the end. Who?
You know who could have played you? Yo. Yoshida Yamamoto, Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Oh my gosh, man! Oh my gosh,
if you look at I'm not gonna play. I was looking at Yamamoto. I was like, this nigga look like Michael Jackson. Come on, man. He looked like a little bit he's a little bit of like toward the end Michael Jackson. Come on with the short hair.
I'm not following you up, bro. I'm not following you up, bro. I'm not.
You can see that. You can put on some sunglasses. Come on, bro. That's Michael Jackson, bro. Yoshinobu Yamamoto could have been Michael Jackson in the biopic. Michael Jackson just won the World Series.
Oh man, you a trip, bro.
All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I know I'm stupid. I know. That wasn't warranted.
But like I said, it does. Those biopics do have potential, man. Like when they're done right, they get nominated for all type of awards. We just saw the one that was done on Bob Dylan that you were referred to, that got
Yeah.
nominated for all kind of
With
awards. Yes, that one
and
got
that's
nominated for all time. It was
Timothy
Chalamet.
Chalamet. Yeah.
Yeah, Chalamet. And then right before that, the one that the
With Bruce Springsteen.
Austin, the dude that played Elvis.
Oh
It's called Elvis.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Austin
saying?
Butler or whatever. Yeah.
Austin Butler. So I mean, like
I guess
when
it's
when these things are done correctly, man, like it just gives it its
I
potential,
just
man. And
I hear you, and maybe Michael was the right route to go because of his level of fame. But I'm also interested in some of these shadows and skeletons in the closet of Luther Vandross. I'd like to know about the foundations of the era of the Four Tops, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and folks like that. I'm also curious about the success of Aretha Franklin. They did have excuse me, they had an Aretha Franklin movie. I'm sorry about that. You got Patti LaBelle, you got Gladys Knight and the Pips. You got a whole bunch of folks. I would love to hear more about. They did a Little Richard joint. I think
they did.
What's his name
They
played
did.
it too. As a St. Louis native, I would love to hear more about Chuck Berry, and give me Chuck Berry, the father of rock and roll, of which the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, all of these glorified folks have definitely said that they've been influenced by. All I'm saying is that the biopic thing is dope, and maybe they're starting with the highest popular, the folks with the biggest hits on the charts, but I would love for them to expound a little bit more. Is there, by the way, we can lead this conversation on this. Outside of Michael Jackson, is there anybody in particular in the music realm, all ages, current, present, past, that you would like the industry to maybe consider?
Do a biopic on?
Yeah.
Who we haven't seen, and I would love to see the biopic. Maybe on Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole was interesting. And his demise and everything like that goes along with that. So yeah, I don't think we've seen a Nat King Cole biopic, and he was, like, hella important from his era. So I mean, yeah, I'd go Nat King Cole. I feel like we've seen a lot of the other major artists, whether it's been on TV series or mainstream movies, done. I think they did a Marvin Gaye joint a long
I
time
was
ago.
just about to say, I don't know if they did or not, because I'd be very interested, because that is a tragic story as fuck.
That is. Al Green, another one. I mean, I'm just throwing names out there at this point, but
yeah, because we did get Chadwick Boseman played James
Brown,
right?
James Brown. Yes,
so we got that. But yeah, I'll be definitely very interested in a Marvin Gaye. And we got Tupac, we got Biggie. I'm interested in Nas. I'm interested in Nas. He's still alive. I'm interested in Jay-Z. I mean, these cats are kind of current, but their claim to fame and what they experienced growing up, especially with Jay-Z, who essentially, he's famous for saying, "Look, I'm living proof that crime does pay." He's one of the few that was able to get out of the drug game free of charges, if I'm not mistaken. Even though I think he did get locked up and they tried to charge him, he beat those cases. And this is a dude who has a clean record, who transferred his life from being heavy in the dope into heavy into music. So yeah, I guess there's a lot more people. I feel like the Michael one, but especially with the support of the family and with all this claim to fame, is probably the easiest route to go if you want to get. Yeah, we got Whitney Houston. Thank you for that, Fernando. Yep. Oh, Erykah Woo wee! Did you say Dolly Parton? You want to see a Dolly Parton biopic? Grace.
Yes.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Dolly Parton. And I'm not going to sit there and pretend like Dolly Parton hasn't been on her Garth Brooks. And what I understand, when I was put in my place by some of the members of my activist community, they was like, don't be trying to talk shit on Dolly Parton. They were like, Dolly Parton is a real one. She give way more money to black communities than you would ever know, and she doesn't brag about it. So I'm not gonna sit here and lift her up on a pedestal, but I was put in my place by some of my elders in the community, and it was like, yo, don't you come for my Dolly Parton.
Don't you talk about Dolly.
Don't you be talking about
my Dolly. Don't you do that.
Yeah, just a couple quick. Oh yeah. So I'm sorry. So let me eat my words. It will be in theaters. And I guess we'll just have to see what happens as a result.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, man. I think it's going to be a lot bigger than you could imagine. I mean, this is again, we're talking about if Freddie Mercury got the flowers that he got with the Bohemian Rhapsody, this is Michael Jackson, bro. Like this is, yeah.
I wish I shared your enthusiasm, but my instinct is telling me it's going to be, people are going to, like, it's been, the other projects we're talking about, they haven't been done. There was no Biggie, there was no Tupac.
What? It's a two-part movie? Marquisha, yo, it's a two-part movie? For real?
I don't think we can't hear you, Marquisha.
No. I'm looking at the Jones.
Oh, okay. So it's a long movie that they cut in half. Right, Skylar. That's my thing. That's where I miss. I think that's what it is for me, Skylar. Like, I don't expect to learn anything in these biopics, and maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe it's not about being educated. It's just about
that. I hate that we are even on that type of energy. We knew everything we needed to know about Elvis. That still didn't make his biopic not good.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it, but you're one of the few people that didn't see it. I'm telling you that, like, that when it comes to the white side of this conversation, and I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but it is what it is.
Hey,
like at the end of the day, when you have the artists like that we mentioned here, the Elvises, the Jerry Lee Lewises, the Great Balls of Fire. What was it? What was that? That was the name of it, right? Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, Great Balls for Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah. So we knew all of this stuff like prior to them making those movies. It doesn't take away from the performances that these actors do to encompass these bodies of work. One of the best movies, and I can't say this enough, and me and you, Vince, you already know. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox.
Oh my God. Get out of here, Dewey. You don't want none of this shit. What is it? It's cocaine.
It's cocaine.
Well, it's probably gonna make you go to sleep, right? It'll keep you awake for days. Keep you awake. Get out of here, Dewey. You don't want none of this shit. What is it? It's marijuana. Well, I probably can't afford it.
Costs a lot.
Jug around.
Yo, so like what I'm speaking to, yes, right? Thank you, man. It's great.
Walk Hard is classic.
Walk Hard.
Walk hard. Hard.
Look, which was like kind of a tease, right? Well, because that was supposed to be like a tease of
Skylar.
Of the what was it? Walk tall or stand tall or whatever the one.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was like a spoof of
it was of that one, of the one that was done by old boy who played the Joker.
Oh boy, who played the Joker?
The Joker who played in the Joker.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he played the part of the. I just can't think of the guy's name. The real guy.
I can't remember him either. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, he did. You're right.
Walk Hard. They're the
Walk Hard.
That guy. Everybody knows that's cool. Yeah, Johnny Cash. Thank you, Metatron. Spoof of Johnny Cash. So So what I'm speaking to specifically is the performances that could come of doing a Jackson movie the right way with his nephew, who, for all extensive purposes, I don't think he's ever acted before outside of this role. This might be his first role, and maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen him in anything.
Well, I don't like that. I hate. Look, they tried to do. I mean, everybody's not Tyrese Gibson, okay? And just because he looks like him, I'm still kind of reeling over how the Whitney Houston documentary was done. and how it was shit on. Also, the Aaliyah joints and the TLC. And these documentaries didn't necessarily hold the water that the people that they were based on probably would have wanted them to. So I just hope that this is worthy of the legacy of Michael Jackson, who I still hold in high regard, despite I still frankly all of the child shit. I know that that's a hot topic, but I think that Michael was just and I use this word not in a derogative sense, but in just in an explanational, if that's a word. But he was a peculiar dude. All right, he was just a weird dude. This dude felt like he grew up and didn't have a childhood because he was basically a child star in a home of a strict black father who did not want to see anything other than success for him and his brothers and some of his sisters. And he never, according to him, and these are things that I believe he said in some of the documentaries, he felt like he has a song called "You Took My Childhood." You know what I'm saying? Like he sings about his mouse, and like there's a guy who ultimately in the end felt like he was robbed of a childhood. So when he becomes rich, what does he do? Does he start a bunch of businesses? No, he builds a theme park in his backyard. And who does he invite over? Not his adult friends, but the kids that he identifies with. And so he probably, in my opinion, just was inappropriate from an ethics standpoint because of the fact that he was blind to the fact that these kids could be used as tools that could be used against him. Now, again, as to whether or not he did any weird shit with the kids, I don't know. My instinct is telling me that it's probably not the case because from what I understand, not one of those kids' parents went directly to the police. All right. They went directly to their lawyers. They went directly to, hey, he got to pay us this much or else. All right. And if I'm not mistaken, Mike was exonerated. Am I wrong about that? Didn't Mike? Remember how big of a deal it was when he went to jail?
Because the charges were dropped. That's what I'm saying. Like that. The whole thing was settled out of court, which is not typical of a criminal case. When if there was actual evidence that this man was doing the things that he was alleged to do, the state would have picked up the case, and then he would have had to go through trial to prove his innocence. He didn't have to do that, and that's why I'm saying it's so easy. In the current climate, not even the current climate, but the climate of social media and all of the things that existed in terms of news, that this man who typically for a long period of time had like literally his friends were kids, like they like he hung out with Macaulay Culkin. And Elijah Wood. Not just Elijah Wood, but my boy,
Corey
Feldman.
Corey Feldman. Yeah.
Feldman. Yeah. Like right? Corey. Yeah. So he was hanging out with
Webster. Remember Webster?
Webster. Emmanuel Lewis. Emmanuel Lewis. He was hanging out with kids, man. Yeah, so
he look, and the reason why I think that it's easy for me to like be like, yeah, it's because I feel like I'm not in the same way like I want to hang out with kids, but I can understand how it's so easy when you have all the money and power in the world. Like, look at us. Like we talk about a lot of stuff that some people consider is just for kids. All right, you and I, we started this platform wanting to make sure that folks knew that it's all right. You a grown-ass man that you like whatever the fuck you want. You a grown-ass woman, you like whatever the fuck you want. Now, we don't want you sharing the bed with no kids because that's inappropriate, all right? So you shouldn't be sending your kids to have a sleepover with a grown-ass man in the first place. But in terms of identifying with things that are considered childlike, I can see how that can be misinterpreted. I remember, because sometimes people put things in a category and they don't allow it to go outside that category, right? Like I was talking with some of the folks. I did a show a couple weeks ago, and I was telling folks because I was excited because we were in the playoffs at the time, and I was waiting for my turn to perform. And I was like, "Where's the Wi-Fi?" Because they was like, "For what?" I was like, "I'm trying to watch this game." It was like, "Oh, what who's playing? The Chiefs?" I was like, the Dodgers and the." I was like, the Mariners and. It's like, "Oh, you watch white ball? You watch baseball's for white people?" And I had to. I was like, "Stop, sit your ass down. Let me school you right quick." Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I need you to know that that's not true. Okay, the only reason it feels that way is because our league was unfortunately taken away by the popularity of this one sport, but we ran shit when it comes to baseball. But that's a different story. So for me, I can see why Michael Jackson is like, fuck it, I'm a grown ass man. I can do what I want. I just think that he was a little bit misunderstood. I'm with you too, Leo. We're gonna get off the topic. It got a little bit long in the tooth.
We don't became the defense team. The defense team for Michael Jackson. Well, like now, some people may believe that having a kid in the bed is wrong. But if your bed is 120 feet long, if your bed is the entire room, is it really wrong? If they're at one corner of the room and you're at the other corner of the room, are you really in the bed at the same time?